Welcome to Mid-Cap Radar on CNBC TV 18. I'm Ekta Batra and with me is Mangalam Malu. Well, we have a very active market on our hands and one stock in focus is Hathway. They just announced, or the company has received a board nod to demerge the broadband business into a wholly owned subsidiary, and that stock has spiked up. We have with us Mr. Jagdish Kumar, the MD and CEO of the company, joining in. Hi, Mr. Kumar. Can you just take us through the rationale for the demerger of the broadband business? Do you eventually plan to scale to possibly sell it off?
Yeah, we have not selling it off. We are demerging the business to a wholly owned subsidiary. Basically, it allows Hathway to aggressively focus on the significant potential which the country has to grow broadband connectivity, and within that segment, high-speed broadband connectivity is what Hathway is particularly focused on. So to get better focus on that segment of our business, we are carving out the business into a subsidiary.
But would you look to get in a strategic investor or any sort of financial investment in the broadband business in order to grow it at a larger scale?
No, there's nothing like that on the horizon as of now. For us, it's more to do with the consumer focus which we have within that segment. So,
All right. Any plans going forward, Mr. Jagdish Kumar, to perhaps list the digital cable business as well?
No.
Or rather, the broadband business?
No. We don't have any plans on those lines. It is basically purely a business-driven decision to focus more on a consumer-oriented business and on to leverage the cable TV industry position which we have. So there is no intention to really look at any future financial investors or any other, other than the business strategic reason we have of carving it out to a subsidiary.
Another of the decisions was also to raise the financing limit from 1,600 to 1,800 crores. What was that in particular? What was that for? Was it for the cable business or the internet business?
It's a combination of both. I think we have a good plan to increase our cable footprint, basically because of the phase 3 deadline, which is fast approaching, and also to build up a broadband home passed footprint.
So how much of that will you be allocating to the broadband business?
We don't have a separate limit as such for broadband within that limit, but overall, I think within the next 6 months, we should be investing at least 200 crores in our broadband business.
Okay, where would those 200 crores be coming from?
It's a combination of this debt and internal accruals.
Okay. Can you chalk out what growth rate you're seeing in the broadband business as opposed to the cable business right now in terms of, say, ARPUs as well as subscriber addition?
So I'd say we have seen significant growth in our broadband business because, albeit not only us, the whole industry is seeing a huge growth because of the low penetration which is there of broadband customers in the country. So the growth rates are on an annualized basis in upwards of 50% in terms of growth rate. But the cable business is growing, but it's not growing at that level. It's growing because of the fact that it's a well-entrenched business, but the growth is driven by higher digitization of the customers. So that is growing in the region of about 20 to 25%.
Okay. So if you had to compare the bottom line as well as the debt levels which you currently have at this point in time for both these businesses, which is basically your cable as well as your broadband business, would you be able to share that with us?
I don't, I have the... Sorry, repeat that question again?
The bottom line for both the businesses as well as how much debt each business individually has.
We don't have a separate, line item for each business's debt items. Our total debt is in the region of about 1,100 crores for both the businesses.
And how much of that will be transferred to the demerged subsidiary?
That is something which we will do when we work out the scheme of demerger. We will announce that separately.
All right. So before leaving us, could you give us a sense of what the exit ARPUs for both the cable business and the broadband business were in the last quarter?
Sorry, you broke off there. I couldn't hear the last part.
Could you give us the exit ARPUs for both the cable business and the broadband business in the last quarter?
We will make those announcements in our quarterly results in the first week of November.
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
So we leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and talking to us.